After 40 minutes on Hockey Night in Canada. Brought to you by Apple Autoglass, Canada's local auto glass experts.
Gary Roberts, I hope you come back. Don't listen to the naysayers, how bad you are, you're stupid. If the doctor says you can come back, you can come back. You know people that haven't played the game. When you retire, I was 36 when I retired, and every time I watched the game, it was like a knife in my heart. This guy's 31.
It was 1997, Gary, and it was a really emotional time. All the papers were saying, don't do it. You risk being paralyzed, ruining your life, and you made the decision. And you were saying even that was a very big thing for you.
It was really big. I mean, Don, for me, was a major influence in me coming back to play. I made my decision I was going to try. A lot of people telling me that it was ridiculous for me to try. And then when I heard Don Cherry in that interview, I said, I'm coming back.
Just to establish for a young, it's amazing. You leave the game, and in a year, kids don't know who you are. But, I mean, you and I go back to 1985, training camp in Moncton. You won the Stanley Cup with Calgary in '89. You're a first-round draft pick. You live a life where it's fun and everything, and you're not a big fitness guy, big nutrition guy, and then suddenly you dedicate yourself after that injury where you had the burners in your neck and all those problems, and you became like the total pro, a guy like Mark Recchi. Tell us about that transition in your life.
Yeah, it was definitely a big transition. I changed the way I lived. I changed my eating habits, changed my training habits. I was always a guy that I thought worked hard, but now I was working hard with a purpose. And I had a lot of great people around me that really helped me, from strength coaches to therapists. I really used the resources that were given to me. But for me, I know that what I did off the ice helped me play another 12 years after that.
Well, as we watch Crosby's goal there, unbelievable goal, Andy O'Brien, the trainer that worked with him, and you've worked with Andy, said that Crosby actually turned his life around. He saw the purpose of the 13-year-old, and it made him rethink how dedicated he was to being a personal trainer. But maybe tell me a bit about this goal first, the Crosby work and the O'Brien work.
Yeah, the same kind of thing. Look at the 10 and 2 on his feet. See the way he's actually moving with great speed, and his feet are pointed in totally different directions, and he's able to create some distance between him and the defenseman and then score a big goal. But that's just the way Sidney Crosby is. That's the way he skates. That's the power that he has. He's able to do that kind of stuff.
What had to happen for him when he broke in to be accepted in a room, to be a great captain of a Stanley Cup champion? What had to happen?
Well, I think he had to mature. I mean, there was so much pressure upon Sidney Crosby to be a star right from the start, and you can see it. His maturity level is there. He's like I've seen. He lets the game come to him more now than him feeling like he has to go out there every shift and win the hockey game. He uses his teammates very well, and gets results. And then Sidney Crosby will continue to grow and continue to be the face of the Pittsburgh Penguins for a long time.
Grapes and you were just talking off screen about players trying to draw penalties. That's going to be in the game forever. I mean, Gretz got mad. You had a temper. That's only natural. No. Yeah, that's only. But here's the little shift where he gets a couple of things that make him unhappy. He loses his stick, gets the stick, and then kills Daniel Alfredsson.
And I haven't seen him do a lot of this. He's really stopped trying to get that attention from the referee and trying to get the call. But he does come back and make a big hit on Alfredsson. And when Sid sticks to playing his game and playing physical and getting the puck to the net, that's when he's at his best.
I thought he might have changed his body in the 2 years since you played with him, and you said probably not a whole lot, that he doesn't do a lot of upper body stuff.
Yeah, well, he's really matured. There's no doubt he's a man now. I think when he first started playing, he was a great player to start with, but now he's matured and he's become a real good pro.
Let's look at the Malkin goal that made it 2-1. What did you think of this one?
Well, I think Malkin made a great play coming up the ice, and we haven't seen it yet, but I think looking at it, here it comes now. He just has a great Carlson. Yeah, they get kind of caught late, and then Malkin just gets to the net, and playoff hockey, that's the way you score your goals.
What about the Stamkos story? Now, they share the Rocket Richard, Crosby and Steven Stamkos. He came in last year, and what kinds of things did you work on this summer? You used to have Station 7 in Toronto, but you're now just training guys up at your place?
Train guys up at my house, and Steve basically last summer came up, and we started working with him. And the biggest thing with Steve, he was a thin guy with not a lot of body fat, so we didn't do a lot of endurance training with Steve. We really focused on his strength, and he needed to be stronger to be good, and he did a lot of speed work, a lot of sled pulls, and did the same thing. Made a commitment to his off-ice training with his eating habits and his lifestyle, and he had a great season.
Let's look at, we have Mike Camilleri, we'll get to him in a second. Paul Gaustad and Camilleri both drink a drink that you have. Kids will love to know, what should a player be doing to hydrate? What kind of stuff
Well,
is
this is I think this is an amino acid matrix that is made up. Mike Camilleri takes it, I've taken it, it's called BioSteel. You see Mike Camilleri here, who's a fitness guy and a health guy.
Is it like a protein shake?
It's like an organic mineral matrix. It's made up of amino acids and minerals to help. Well, it helps give you that endurance. You don't feel that burn in your legs as early as you would maybe. And I've tried it throughout the winter because it's something that I'd like to give my athletes this summer if I think it works, and it's working for these guys.
Just pregame or all through? All through.
Sip on it a little bit before the game, and then sip on it throughout the game.
Okay, and then the other thing that we talked about is the squats. You'll see a couple of things that Camilleri does.
Yeah.
This core strength, this leg strength, what amount should you be doing?
Well, I mean, Mike Camilleri is a real athlete, and he takes it really serious. And here you see Lauren Goldenberg. He's a strength coach to the Montreal Canadiens. Lauren actually helped me design Steve Stamkos' program last year, and now working with the Montreal Canadiens. And this is the kind of stuff, the core board you see there, the balance board, the squatting. 99% of the game is speed and power, and you get that from loading yourself, but you just got to make sure that you're healthy enough to be loaded. You don't want to load a frame that isn't strong enough to handle the load. And that's what we made sure with Steven Stamkos last year, that he was, first of all, strong enough to handle the load. And to increase speed and power, you have to load the body. But you just got to make sure that the player is ready for that.